Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
From the bottom of my heart, there is a secret, I don't know what you want to call it. What would we call it? There's like a secret formula when it comes to success. And one of the secret ingredients within that formula is going to be the people that you associate yourself with, and more importantly, the people who you stay in contact with. Hi, this is Dan from the No Comfort Zone. Welcome back to another episode and edition of The Reality Check. So I'm actually reaching back out again today, and something interesting happened. My life's always interesting. I always make stuff that's really interesting happen. Not really, it's just day-to-day life that I appreciate so much and want to talk about, this no comfort zone thing that I've been obsessed about for the better part of my entire adult life. And it wasn't until I actually put it into an actual method to solve problems, get out of adversity, and really pursue my goals on an entirely intense, insane level, did it all really, I guess, start to come together. Because this obsession of mine, this as... what is it? C.K. Fletcher says, my sweet obsession. As this obsession started to become more of a reality and I started to live in it, then really my life started to turn around and actually I start to feel like I'm living on purpose. So I love talking about it, as you know. This is right around my 180th or so podcast, and I keep getting more and more excited about it, and it's reaching more and more people. But what's really cool is the fact that people that I've crossed paths with over the years, are reaching out to me. And, you know, from Luis Pena, I really appreciate the phone call today. Let me know how you're doing and let me know where you're at in your life and your before and after and everything that you're doing. I think you're a solid human being, and appreciate you, and the kind words today about this podcast really meant a lot to me. And so does your friendship. So thanks for listening, and thanks for always listening, Luis. I really appreciate it. You're like the ambassador of the No Comfort Zone, you and Luke out there. And also Brett Talmadge. After 30 years, I have not talked to Brett, and a week and a half ago, we reconnected, and it's just been an absolute amazing journey being able to reconnect with him. And it's so funny, he's been listening to the podcast more and more, and he said, you know what it is, you're like day job, you need to get out of your day job and start doing this full-time, get like a radio show. And it's so funny that he said that, because I really do appreciate it, and I could talk about this all day long. He said, it's kind of like what I'm doing now in my life. My day job is like Michael Jordan playing baseball. Like, really? You don't really want to see that. You'd rather see him play basketball. And Brett, that was awesome. My other buddy, Todd Cunninger, the 3:30 a.m. guy, suggested I read a book. The book is called You're Worth It. I think is what it's called. I hate if I disrespected that. I'm sorry. You're Worth It. And it's about a Medal of Honor winner, currently, Mr. Carpenter. It's an outstanding book. I'm already on the 5th chapter, and it is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend you seek that out, about character, values, loyalty, faith, what it really is about being a Marine, and amazing to what this young Marine had gone through and what he's still going through. There's so many other people. My dear friend from growing up, Albert Kwong, we got all in the trouble, so much trouble growing up, but we got together and we were so intense about the direction and the philosophical side of things. And quite frankly, just growing up in the northwest suburbs of Chicago together, growing up, getting in trouble, and now being, men in our 50s and looking back at our lives and how we still feel like we're those teenage kids from back in the day. There's a lot of people I could mention, but these are the people that recently have reached out to me and I'm staying connected with. So I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate your friendship. And that secret ingredient about, about the success formula really is, who do you tie to? Each one of these people that I've just mentioned, and there's again so many more, but they all have the same attributes: good character, hardworking people, looking for the end result, trying to be good people along the way. And I think that's what you need. I really do believe that's what you need to be successful the right way. And success doesn't always mean the money, the relationship, the things. It just means when you put your head at night, are you pursuing your worthwhile cause? Are you going towards something? Are you living on purpose? And all these men in my life, they live on purpose. And I hope you have that too. I hope you have your tribe of people around you that support you and say that, you know what, you're good at this, you're bad at that, you need to work on this. But more importantly, when things do get bad, and they will, things do get bad, who's your support group that you can go to? I'm grateful for the friends that I have today. When I was out partying and drinking, when I was out being that guy, those friends were few and far between. I had a lot of friends that were girls that as long as I had certain things with me and I had places to go, they'd want to be around with me. But until those things didn't have anymore, nobody really wanted to be around, whether it was money, drugs, alcohol, a place to hang out or whatever it was, or just a party life, for whatever you want to call it. I'll keep it clean. So that herein lies this. So as working on my obsession, my sweet obsession for such a long time, and going in the direction and hanging around and being connected to these people I mentioned, what is that for you? What do you have in your circle right now? Who are your people that you rely heavily on, that you talk to, that you work with to get where it is that you want to go? And if you don't know where you want to go, man, it's time to put the pen to the paper and write out your goals. Go for it in a major way, whatever it is that you want to go for. If you're quiet for a minute, like I said in the last podcast, if you're quiet for a minute and you make a decision that you're going to wake up first thing in the morning just to see the sunrise, that's all you're going to do. I'm getting up in the morning. That's my goal, to see the sunrise and take it in and reflect on that moment, be present and watch that sunrise. It's in this moment where you really want to decide, where do you want to go with your life? I don't care where you're at in the world. This is something that anyone could do. What are you doing to serve man? What are you doing as a greater good to make society better? What are you doing to enhance the lives of the people around you? And this is the best part. If you don't know what to do, part of my blueprint is the CASH system: knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. What do you need to do, learn, or be to be the better person for somebody else? It's right there. And we go over the CASH in the blueprint. And yeah, it can be difficult to realize, I don't know what I don't know yet. Well, that's what I help you with. Let's figure it out. There's certain things you just need to do. The easiest one for me is for you to get healthy. Get healthy now. Get healthy so you can fix your first dynamic, so that you can work towards being a better version of yourself. So when you're a better version of yourself, you can actually start to pursue more things on a greater level. And more things on a greater level means solving bigger problems. I've said it time and time again, and I'll keep saying it, as they say, every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. But it really does all matter. And in the end, what I want you to do is I really want you to go where it is you need to go. But if you don't know, go to the blueprint. Go to the knowcomfortzone.com. If you literally have lost everything, if you've lost everything and you just don't know where to go, and you've got that lump in your throat, you're lacking the passion, you're lacking the energy, well, I'll tell you what, the blueprint goes over that too. The energy, excitement, enthusiasm, engagement. You can fake some of it, but you can't fake enthusiasm. But you can create some energy to get in that space, because as we know, motion creates emotion. You're not where you want to be, start moving in the direction you want to be. If that means walking, if that means getting up first thing in the morning and watching the sunrise, yeah, if that means paying attention to the sun setting, do what you got to do in order to start to feel like you're a little bit alive on this planet, like you do matter. When you just think about that for a minute, and when you pause and you take a deep breath and you observe and you find out where you're at in this world, how did you arrive at this moment? Because this is the crucial, most important part. In your life's journey, you arrived at this destination. Right now, you're listening to this for a reason, to find your purpose. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you find your purpose, life becomes magical. It is like you're a kid in the candy store. You become happy for the reason of just being happy, because your intention is to live on purpose. Sure, you could live with purpose with intensity. You can live on purpose with passion. You can live on purpose just by wanting to help other people. That's the reason by design I created the podcast, is to reach people to say that, you know what, I believe in you and I can believe you can go where it is you want to go. Because every one of the people that I've mentioned on this podcast, and there are so many more, we may have crossed paths at a leadership training thing I was doing ages ago. We might have grown up together. We might have crossed paths in high school. We literally could have been at a sales training seminar in Las Vegas, California, Canada. We could have been in Georgia. We could have been in Florida, North Carolina. I could have been at any one of these things. I could have done a sales motivational thing for you. We could have crossed paths. But the reason why I'm doing this today is because those people that I mentioned and all the other ones on this podcast that I've mentioned time and time again, they supported me in saying, you need to do this. They've given me permission to be successful in this space. And maybe that's what you need to be the most successful engineer at your job. Maybe it's what you need to be the most successful programmer in India. I know there's some people that do that are in India that do that listen to the podcast. Maybe you're somebody that's in Denmark. Maybe you're somebody that's in Sweden. Maybe in Norway, Italy, France, Morocco now, Colombia. There's so many people all over the world that are listening to this. Whatever it is, whatever's true for you, whatever it is, just believe in yourself and get people around you and tell them this is what you want to do, and start taking the steps in those directions so that you can start living on purpose. Thanks again for listening. This is Dan Berzowski, helping you get out of your comfort zone so you can live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye.